what's the one piece of career advice you wish someone had given you when you were starting out?
First of all, I think learn to appreciate what you're doing, what you have in front. In the meantime, sometimes, when you're actually starting, you don't realize the impact that you could possibly make, and you just see the things that are in front of you, a drawing or any kind of other thing. Learn to listen to others as well, something that obviously it's really good to do when you're starting. Yeah. Learn from others, and learn that what you're doing also can be something expanded with other skills. So learn from other disciplines. But I think overall possibly is having the persistence. That's something that I've learned over time. Having the tenacity and persistence of what you want to achieve. Even though if during your journey you still don't know, when you're starting, you still don't know exactly what you want. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and journeys change. But I think keeping that persistency throughout, it's a good thing. I had to learn that along the way. But probably if someone would have given me that advice to say, just be persistent and be consistent. And if you don't know the road, it's okay. Just trust it. Trust the journey. That and the fact that life is too short. So just
definitely
we get to stress. But yeah,
that's the one bit that a lot of people forget to do, isn't it? To actually enjoy the ride while you're on it. Yeah, no, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for that.
That's still a reminder every day. So yeah.
Yeah. Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact on you?
I guess it depends. I could possibly think on some pivotal moments, but at different stages. Rare is just one. But probably the pivotal moments to me are the ones that I realized that I made an impact, however small or big, in what I'm doing or the work. I think possibly I can mention one when I was as a student, recently finished the PhD, submitted, all well and phew. And I was invited to give my first keynote lecture about my research to the UN Habitat in a conference called Future of Places in Stockholm. I think that was around 2015 or 16 or something. And that was for me a little bit nerve-wracking because big audience, and I was, it's great to showcase your research, but at the same time it's a different audience, your audience. So that gave me a little bit of challenges how to communicate something that was some kind of technical so anybody can understand it. Anyway, so it was that sort of keynote, part of a panel as a first. But what the pivotal moment is not to give the lecture, is to know that the feedback that I got from different people was that the research was quite relevant to how to view cities and understand cities from different perspectives. Yeah. And to know that there were implementations from the UN Habitat, and at the time they were doing the New Urban Agenda. So because they saw the kind of research, they invited me just to contribute some ideas or words for the New Urban Agenda. Whether that probably was edited at some point, I don't know. And maybe it's just a small grain that I thought, wow, it's great that you thought, my ideas are worthwhile. So I think I consider that a pivotal moment, not because of the lecture, but because of the result or the impact that came about. And I guess in terms of practice, I had in one of our parties here in the office, I had one of my colleagues, which we worked in a project in Edinburgh. It's under construction now, but when I was just starting here at the office, I was, assessing data and modeling and, giving certain directions of how to make the pedestrian movement a bit more effective and the visibility and the place making as part of the wider master plan. And suddenly years later, that colleague told me, we took all of the evidence in all your studies into consideration, that you actually made the impact on the way it's been built at the moment. And your studies quite helped a lot. So having that, what I kind of underestimated at some point, to say, well, it's another project, it's another delivery, there you go, it's there. And I hope it helped. It actually did. So it actually went on. And I think from that moment on, I kind of took it more, not that I didn't take it seriously, but I took it more seriously in the sense of I want to do it right for any kind of next project into it. So again, that's a small impact that I know it made an impact.
Yeah.
And I think those are the small, maybe small, might be big, pivotal moments that I sometimes have. And probably the most recent one is that I got to embark in a new role. Last year, they gave me a new role as a manager, which is great, as a partner. And for me, it's not about the title itself. It's about what it represents to have people working with you, people to collaborate with, to to share a little bit more ideas, and to hopefully help the next generation to grow, because I kind of have that role. So
yeah. How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
I think sometimes I tend to forget to be a little more, try to remain positive when the challenge is there. I think that's a go-to, let's say. The other one is that I've learned that I'm very analytical. So I try to analyze or look at the challenge in different perspectives and see what can work and the possibilities that can have.
Yeah.
But I think overall it's really a matter of probably that admitting that you need help from others. I think perhaps that's also how to come about challenges. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. So if you have a go-to person or people, to learn from, to take advice on, or even persons that might be outside of the box, that are not necessarily involved within that challenge particularly, but and a challenge can be many things in a part of a project or part of a work relationship or whatever that might mean. I think is having people around you, and the right people around you, to take some advice and to learn from others and to listen to others in that respect. And so I guess that would be primarily. And I think, to me, to overcome a challenge is you can set small goals in order to overcome that, and you can set certain strategies. But for me, a lot of it is the people around you and the types of collaborations that you build on. And whenever there's challenges involved, you don't do it alone, you do it together. Deal with it together somehow. I think that would be, or that has been part of my journey, I would say. So yeah.